Hi, my name is Lakin Andrews and today I'm going to present to you information regarding what resources are needed most to help homeless youth overcome their adversities and whether or not prevention and intervention programs are adequately delivering the resources needed. First off, I want to define the term homeless youth. The terms youth and homeless can mean a lot of different things depending on who you ask. For example, the United Nations defines youth as anyone between the ages of 15 to 24, while others may define it as anyone under the age of 18. Many people might think to be homeless you have to be sleeping on the streets, but a lot of people who are homeless sleep at friends' houses or at shelters. For the purpose of this report, I decided to look at and analyze whether Safe Zone, a homeless youth drop-in center in St. Paul, delivers the necessary services needed by homeless youth. Since Safe Zone is a drop-in center, young people can come as they please to get the assistance they need on an informal basis. I conducted my research by using a 4-phase research plan. First, I gathered information using the University of Minnesota's library website and researching academic articles as well as past studies regarding homeless youth resources and origins of homelessness. Next, I spent 100 hours throughout the semester performing observations and doing fieldwork at Safe Zone. During the next phase, I conducted group interviews with 2 caseworkers at Safe Zone. I asked questions regarding how many youth utilize Safe Zone, services used most, and reasons as to why these youth become homeless. During the last phase, I analyzed the results from the information gathered and my empirical sources, and developed recommendations for prevention and intervention programs. One of my big questions was, why do youth become homeless? First off, there is no single reason as to why youth become homeless, and sometimes it is an accumulation of multiple reasons. Some of the reasons might include family conflict, poverty, abuse, neglect, illness, and aging out of the foster care system. In a literature review done by Child Psychiatry and Human Development, it was reported that sexual abuse rates prior to leaving the home range from 17 to 35%, and the rate of physical abuse is as high as 60%. One study found that almost 30% of homeless youth interviewed said they became homeless after being forced to leave their home by their parents. One of the major reasons reported was a deterioration of a personal relationship rather than economic circumstances that forced young people on the streets. Some of the resources that are available to homeless youth come in the form of shelters, drop-in centers, food shelves, transitional housing, and a few others. Each of these resources can offer different services. Shelters usually supply a bed for a limited time and a meal. Food shelves allow homeless individuals to stop and pick up certain amounts of food. Transitional housing helps homeless individuals get temporary housing before moving into a permanent situation. Drop-in centers offer a variety of services. They are a one-stop shop that offers basic healthcare needs, long-term housing referrals, and help finding a job all under one roof. The services offered vary depending on which center it is. Safe Zone offers a variety of services like housing help, a nurse, a counselor, a hygiene closet, and a clothing closet, food shelf, shower, computer lab, bus tokens, job searching, laundry services, help retrieving important documents like identification, 2 meals a day, free STD and HIV testing, sexual health and cooking classes, and youth can even have their mail delivered there. The table pictured shows the percentage of clients who identified the services they wanted to utilize most when they first came to Safe Zone. Despite coming to Safe Zone for these things, in my interview with the case managers, they identified the reason that most youth kept coming was because of the safe, supportive environment that Safe Zone offered. Some of the services needed most are the ones that are obviously necessary for survival, like food, hygiene, medical attention, and shelter. But just as equally as important are those resources that are the ones that might not be so obvious. Youth become homeless for a variety of reasons, and those reasons need to be addressed. We can't just ignore that homeless youth go through some traumatic experiences to end up where they are now. That is why some important resources are the ones that address mental and physical health. Giving homeless youth a supportive person to confide in and a safe place to do it is one of the biggest resources needed. After conducting my research, I came to the conclusion that Safe Zone does deliver the necessary services to help homeless youth overcome their struggles. They provide a safe environment with supportive staff. They also address most of the basic and not so obvious services that a homeless person may need. From my observations, I noticed that if Safe Zone didn't have the services that a young person needed, they always offered solutions or helped them find out where they could get the services that they needed. After analyzing my results, I have come up with some recommendations for prevention and intervention programs, as well as society as a whole. Prevention and intervention programs should have a holistic approach to them. Programs need to address a variety of needs to help homeless youth flourish and overcome their struggles. This is an example of something that Safe Zone does. Another thing programs can do is help create a safe space with supportive individuals. This can come in forms of peers or adults. One of the main things that is limiting prevention and intervention programs from offering all the services needed is funding, which is hard for programs to find a way around. Due to funding issues, it is important for programs to know what resources are available for homeless youth in the area. They need to be able to help homeless youth find the right solutions and guide them down the right path. Beyond what programs can do, we need to work together as a society and a community to tackle the stigma around homelessness. Young people didn't choose to be homeless, and it is something that is beyond control. I have attached a short video called Give Change that was created by the youth at Safe Zone. It won second place in the Give to the Max Day video contest. What is your legacy of change? Sponsored by Youth Prize and Give Minnesota.